Okay, here with me now is Jürgen from LRP, and LRP have recently released a whole new range of LiPo batteries, and we're going to have a little chat about them now. So I guess really the first question is, Jürgen, why have we got such a big range of batteries?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me, first of all, and having a chance to explain to you about the new batteries. Development always moves on, and there it has become clear that there is different demands by the stock racers and by the modified racers. And obviously in a similar size casing, you can go in the direction of maximum capacity, which will give you a little bit higher internal resistance, IR. Not a problem for the modified guys because they use a stronger motor, they set the speed controller different. But the stock people, they shoot for minimum IR, which unfortunately results in slightly lower capacity. So there is a reason to differentiate in the stock and the modified series. And we have come up with the batteries who are a little bit more with the white color in it. I mean, in general, we have made them more dark. After talking to the drivers, we still stick to the blue, because blue is better, at least as we think. And the stock batteries are a little bit more black, looks a little bit more mean, as they are supposed to perform.
So let's start by talking about the full size packs we've got here. So as you mentioned, you've got different batteries here for stock and for modified, and I guess really the main thing is the capacity side of things, and the modified drivers maybe need you've got a different weight distribution as well. So that's something that modified guys in particular are playing with, is that weight of the battery as well.
Yes. I mean, I would like to start with stock. Stock indoor is in our range rather simple for the touring car. We have the 6,000 milliamp, really low internal resistance, close to the 8,000 battery from last year. So this is what we are running here. In stock indoors, it's a trade-off. Power and balance of the car. The balance is very important. So this battery weighs in at 270 grams. So it's really a good weight, low internal resistance. That's what we run here. When we will go outdoors, we will run the 8,000s for the people who can deal with the 330 grams, and we have a 7,300 at 300 grams for the people who cannot move the battery so far to the inside.
So I guess that's one of the key things is the balance of the touring cars at the moment. As the LiPo batteries are as they're improving, they're actually getting lighter, and therefore, the balance of the cars left to right is getting affected by the weight of the batteries.
Absolutely. I mean, we obviously started coming from the nickel metal hydride days. There was a given footprint. Then we realized that we have too much energy, so you can carry the weight around, or you can start having ideas how make better use of the rules you have. And this is where we pioneered the LCG batteries, the low center of gravity with 22.5 millimeter heights. Our next step a year ago was the 20 millimeter tall Ultra LCG, and now we moved on from that to a only 17.5 millimeter low Hyper LCG battery, weights in at 250 grams. So in reality, for perfect balance, it is already on the light or too light side. That's why we will release now battery weights, which you can put under the batteries, and we have set them up in a way that we have one way to bring this to the 274 gram and bring that to the 274 gram. So basically this goes under the battery to increase the weight.
So you could then potentially change batteries and try the different battery capacities, but without affecting the weight balance of the car side to side.
Exactly. I mean, first there might be the thought, we're talking low center of gravity, and then we put weight underneath to get the battery higher. But the math works like this. If this battery is only 17.5 millimeter tall, we add another millimeter to get to the weight of a battery that has 22.5 millimeter. So we are here only at 18.5. So we are still 4 millimeters lower, and the heavier part is at the bottom.
So it's basically win-win then. You've got you've still got the same mass, but a much lower gravity point, much lower position with it, and you've got a battery there which has got a different capacity to give you a different feeling on the track in the modified class.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this gives people the opportunity to work with these kind of weights, to put weights elsewhere in the car. It opens a door to many setup possibilities.
Excellent. So it's just giving you the different options there. We'll move quickly over to the Formula type batteries, the shorty batteries using in off-road cars, but in terms of on-road, used in Formula cars. And for them, it's not about the side-to-side balance, is it? Because the battery is normally across the car. So is it about just adjusting the feel of the car then, really, through the weight of the battery?
Yeah, I mean, the Formula One cars are quite sensitive. And so far, with our drivers, the heavier batteries were appreciated. And now we can incorporate similar ideas, that we have the weights for the batteries. We can go lower, add that to it, basically the same thinking we have over here. But here it's very much the left-right side balance we are shooting for. And here it is just the feeling, the handling of the car to help with the setup there.
So again, it gives you've got your weights and you've got different capacity batteries to give you different feels in your Formula car. Yep. Lastly, we're going to touch on your new X22 stock spec motor, which is very recently released. It's going the direction that lots of motors are going, with kind of more cutouts in the can, more open parts of the can. What's the kind of design principles behind your new motor then?
I mean, it took us a long time to release the X22 stock spec motor, and there is good reasons for it. I mean, originally the design of the stock motor was you start with the modified motor, you start with the parts you have, you accommodate them to the given rules, mostly with the rotor, and this was a stock motor in the earlier days. Then things move on, and now we also have this motor, latest state-of-the-art stock spec technology, aluminum screws as standard, already homologated for EFRA, for the German DMC, and in principle is also BRCA homologated, but for BRCA it needs to be available. So that will hopefully happen soon with our new and again distributor Schumacher in the UK. We are happy to work with them again in the UK. First race we used it was Longwy a couple of weeks ago. Qualified second and third with the motor, was really close. So we were very happy about the performance there, and the demand is really, really good. So I tend to think we have done it not so bad.
Exactly, yeah. So already it's going to be out on the market very soon, or it's out on the market at the moment?
It is already. Central Europe is already available. BRCA will be, not BRCA, UK will be available soon. And then we'll see.
Exactly. So you've got a nice new competitive stock motor there, as you said, Jürgen. It's already starting to notch up some great results. So we hope to see those continue. And you've got the range of batteries there. So we've understood the different battery options, how you can use them in different ways. Also adding the weight in there to get the right balance or the feel of the car. So a lot of different things to play about with. Yes. Technology in the electronics section moving on always, and LRP kind of leading the way with some different options there as well. So thank you very much for your time, and good luck, and we'll catch up with you later in the year and see how they're taking effect.
Okay, thanks a lot. Maybe a last word on our website. If you go there straight at the beginning on the landing page, is I think a very nicely done presentation of the batteries, which explain the need and the reason for the batteries very well. Maybe that's a good end to our interview.
So you can just go and choose your class and things like that, and you can see what battery might suit your needs best.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. Jürgen there from LRP explaining about the new batteries and the motor range as well from LRP.